Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Self-Love Mobility Series. Thanks again for joining me here today as we're keeping on our journey, releasing and strengthening our upper body, okay? Today's focus is going to be on our cervical spine, so our neck region. We're going to be working on strengthening the posterior chain of our neck. Anyone who experiences any nagging pain in their neck, any sharp shooting pain, any achy, bruise feeling type pain in and around the shoulder blades, this is the workout for you, okay? So you'll need a long loop band and either wrist weights or 2 dumbbells. You don't want anything that's super high, super heavy. I'll be using 2.5 weight plates, okay? And yeah, so let's just get into it. Okay, so we've just passed hip width apart with our feet. Okay, grabbing that slack, hinging at the hips, placing that about 1.5 inches above the apex of the back of our head. Holding here for support if you want to. If not, place your hands wherever need be. When you're ready, spreading the floor apart with your feet, feeling that glute engagement, core tucked in, shoulders are retracted back and down. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, slow and controlled. 4. It may look like I'm gripping just because I'm irradiating, but I'm actually not doing anything with the band here, just for anyone who's like, oh, gripping that band so tight. I'm just irradiating so tight, but I'm not releasing any slack off the band. Keep going, keep going. And you can come up higher, increase more of the tension on it. But set. Almost there, we're almost there. 2 more. And rest. So now if you're doing this right, you should feel all the way down into this area, right? At least, right? So it's literally right all through the back of the neck, sides of the neck, down that sling of the shoulder blade into that lower tract area, okay? Feeling that engagement, waking that area up. All right, so shake it off. Get your breath. 1 more. Okay, we're gonna start off by warming up our neck, just doing some cervical cars. So finding me, standing, feet are shoulder width apart, hip width apart actually. Your core is tucked under, shoulders are up, back, and down, and you're punching down towards the ground. You're radiating it about 10% of energy because we're just warming up here, okay? And when you're ready, you're gonna tuck that chin towards your chest, as far down as you can. Scrape that chin along your chest, along towards your right side. And then you're gonna dip your right ear to your right shoulder, making sure you're not bringing the shoulder up, but you're bringing the ear down. And when you can't anymore, start to look up towards the ceiling. As you're looking up, you're looking back as far, leaning back as far back as you can with just your head. And then rotate so that you're looking over that left shoulder. Dip that chin along your chest until you're back to center. Reset. Okay. Finding your base, setting, irradiating, tucking that chin down towards your chest as far as you can. Scraping that chin along your chest towards your left shoulder. Dipping that left ear to left shoulder. As you look up towards the ceiling, keep looking up, leaning until you're rotated and looking over your right shoulder. Dip that chin to chest. as far as you can and scrape that chin along your chest until you're back to center. Reset. Again, tucking that chin down towards your chest as far as you can. Scraping that chin along your chest so you're looking over your right shoulder. Bring that right ear down towards the right shoulder. And then look over to the ceiling as you lean your head back. Rotate until you're facing your left shoulder. Dip that chin towards your chest and scrape it along the chest until you're back to center. Go in the other direction, set your base. Tuck that chin down towards your chest. Scrape that chin along your chest so you're looking over your left shoulder. Dip the left ear to left shoulder. And then look up towards the ceiling as you rotate your head so you're looking over your right shoulder. Tuck that chin down towards your chest again. And scrape it along your chest until you're back to center. Awesome. So now you're going to grab your band. Okay? And you want to put it so that you're stepping on it just past hip width, okay? Right? And then you're going to take your band, you're going to hinge at your hips. Take your band, place it just above, just below the apex. So the apex being the top. And then you're going to go maybe like 2 inches. So you don't want it at the apex of the back of your head, of your occiput here. The most pointiest part of your head at the back, you don't want it there. So you want it just above that pointy part at the back of your head. Why? Because as you extend your head, you want to have that almost like a hook holding the band in place, okay? So you can grab it here for slack with your hands, just so I can speed through it. So now we're looking to do reps. So you're gonna be hinged over, the band is over your head, and then you're going to extend as far as you can. Come back down. And when you come down, don't let the band take you down. Bring it up with control. Bring it back down with control. Okay? Bring it up with control. Bring it back down with control. So we're gonna do a few reps here. And then after that, was when you're gonna add in the weights while still maintaining the band. Okay, so get ready. Set your base, and remember you can always use your hands. If you feel like your muscles are getting fatigued and you can't anymore, just use your hands. It'll remove slack on the band. You can take a rest, you can remove it, do whatever's comfortable for you. Remember, these muscles have been weakened over time for such a long time from poor postural habits and such. So if the band is too much right now, and again, you can also release slack on it just by bringing your feet a little further in, right? So it's not as tensile. So work with where you are, or even do it just without. Even gravity alone may just be where you are today, and that's totally fine. Progress, regress as needed, like I always say. So here we go. We're gonna hinge, sit into that chair, taking our band, finding that apex at the back, bringing it like 1.5 inches above that. And then when you're ready, so you're gonna retract your shoulders, so squeezing that pencil between your shoulder blades, setting that base, engaging in the glutes. I'm spreading the floor apart with my feet, tightening in my core, and then your arms can be wherever you want. They can be gently rested. You don't want them resting where they're taking pressure, because if you do that, you're going to release the pressure and the engagement in your legs, and you don't want to release that irradiation. Okay, so set your base. And now let's go. Tilt up. 1. Slowly come back down with control. 2. Slowly come back down with control. 3. Slowly come back down with control. Irradiate everywhere else. 4. You want to think about being at about 30% plus, 5, 6. So as you're radiating, you're also irradiating the musculature around your neck, right? Because we want to wake everything up. Okay. 2 more. Release that and rest. Okay? So when you really irradiate and you spill that tension throughout the rest of your body, and then when you're not doing the rep with your neck, you don't want it to just be you bopping your head back. Because when you irradiate and you spill it all throughout, it should come all the way into your neck area. That way now when you actually doing the head tilt, you should really feel that engagement of all the muscles in and around this area in particular, okay? So you really feel that crunch. Think about it as a sit-up for the back of your neck, all right? So get your breath, grab a drink, reset, and let's get into it again. Now for this one, we're gonna go back into the same base position that we were just in. The difference now is we're gonna use that weight that I had mentioned. So grab your dumbbells right now. Okay, I'll be using these 2.5 each pound plates. And then we're gonna be incorporating shoulder movement here, right? As we're holding our neck position. Now instead of coming up and down into that neck crunch, we're just gonna come up into extension, hold at the top, hold that resistance, and then you're gonna do shoulder swimmers, okay? So you take your weight, and then all we're gonna be doing is go through the back. Start off hinging, extending, rotate, swap your hands up, hinge, extend, rotate, swap those hands up, hinge, extend, rotate, hinge, extend, rotate. You get the point, okay? So, going for reps. Are you ready? Assume position. Okay, here we are. And again, if the weight's too much and having a band is too much, regress by not using weights. Do it without the weights. Maybe now you just add the band and you're doing it without the weights, right? Or maybe you remove the band and you just hold your head up and use the weights, right? Set up whichever way is comfortable for you. Remember, we're trying to correct issues, not create issues. Okay? Releasing. Okay. Got our setup. So before you start even moving your shoulders, anything, let's set our base and make sure that we are in a good, secure posture. Okay? So hinging here. Engaging those glutes, spreading the floor apart with my feet. Glutes feel engaged. Cores tight and tucked in. Shoulders rolled up, back, and down. And from here, I'm going to place my arms in position. When you're ready, let's go. Hinge. Extend. Rotate. Hinge. Extend. Rotate. Hinge. Extend. Rotate. Hinge, extend, rotate, hinge, extend, rotate. Hold that head up high. If the head is drooping, find that engagement again or take a break if need be. Hinge, extend, release. Get your breath. You did good. I'm just going to switch this up for a different vantage point. Whew. It's good. So my whole back is lit. Okay, it feels good. It feels stimulated, you know? It feels engaged, activated, all these key words in the fitness world. So this is a great exercise to be able to implement. And you can do it, for instance, before you do your upper body workout for the day, before you go into CrossFit and start doing all your snatches and whatnot. Check yourself. What is my range like? What is my mobility looking like, And then just for everyday life, how am I feeling? At the end of the day, when you come home from the office, am I bogged down? Am I curled in? Am I just feeling down and, crunched in within myself? Let me do something to open me up. So the series that I've been working on, this drill, this past week has been really focused on bringing everybody back, opening everybody up, bringing them into their confidence, bringing them into comfort within their body, especially with the upper body, right? So let's go. Last round of this. Wasn't a specific break, that's it. Ready? Set your base, set your base. Before you even start doing any motion, set your base. Ready? All right, so feet are spreading the floor apart, glutes engaged, head tilts up, holds that into extension, shoulders are rolled back and down, hands in position, hinge, extend, rotate, hinge, extend, rotate, hinge, extend, rotate, hinge, extend, rotate. Let's go. Hinge, extend, rotate. Hinge, extend, rotate. Hinge, extend. You got it, you got it, you got it. Hinge, extend, rotate, and hinge. Squat down to release. And you did it. So we come back, we rinse off with our cervical cars, right? So when you're ready, feet are hip width apart, shoulders rolled up, back, down, core tucked in. Let's move. Tucking that chin down towards our chest. Scraping along our chest towards our right shoulder. Dipping our right ear down towards our right shoulder. Looking up over the ceiling as we rotate our head to face our left shoulder. Tucking that chin down towards our chest. And we'll scrape it along our chest until we're back to center. Right? How does that feel? Way looser for me. I know that for sure. So you should feel the difference. Like I always say, the cars are a great way to do before you do a workout, right? To assess. See how you're feeling, where you're sticky, where you're loosey-goosey, right? And then do your work, come back and reassess, right? How are we ironing things out? And the more you practice your mobility, the more you progress things, your cars will always still be that great tool. So not only having to work things out, iron things out, but they also going to be able to give you information and feedback that you need. Ready? Tucking that chin down towards your chest. Scraping it along your chest towards that left shoulder. Dipping that left ear to left shoulder as we look up towards the ceiling and rotate your head until you're looking over your right shoulder. Dip that chin down towards your chest. Scrape it along your chest until you're back to center. So here we're also going to add in our shoulder cars. I'm just going to ask you to stand against the wall. Your right side of your body is touching the wall ever so gently. And then here you're going to come into adduction. So you're bringing your arm across towards the wall. Glide your fingers lightly against the wall into flexion as far up as you can. When you get to your head, it'll release from the wall, of course. And then you start to internally rotate, twisting that arm and reaching back as far as you can, as far as you can, as far as you can. Rotate until your palm is facing away from your body. Reverse that motion, extend, making sure nothing else is dipping or caving in. Open up external rotation as you reach up and forward, then across, back towards the wall, gliding those fingers against the wall until you're back down to center. Okay? So that's just ironing things out from the swimmers that we just did. Bringing your arm up into full flexion as far as you can. Rotating internally, bringing out as much rotation as you can. The more I reach back, the more I bring out and twist my arms again as much as possible. Reversing that motion, extend, open up, rotate, reach, and reach across as you come forward. And then back down. Awesome, awesome. So take this, run with it, right? Implement it, do the work, see how that feels, come back, do it for longer, increase the reps, increase the sets. Of course, this is always going to be a snapshot, but I'm hoping that I teach you enough within these segments for you to be able to implement, right? And again, progress or regress them as you need. Shoot me any questions, comments, right? Questions or comment in the comment section, and give me your feedback. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks for joining me again. I'll see you tomorrow.